Hey there, Simon here from AQ Outdoors, the home of Roof Racks Calgary and Roof Racks Edmonton. Just checking in today to answer a commonly asked question from both stores, which is how can I carry my bike or carry bikes on my vehicle? So this will vary depending on the bikes you're carrying and the vehicle you have. But what I'm going to endeavour to do is just sort of break down the base options that you have, and then you can seek more information from there. Basically, you have a number of different ways you can carry bikes. You can carry them on a hitch mounted rack, you can carry them on the roof, you can carry them on the trunk of a vehicle, or you can carry them in the bed of a truck. Basically, with a hitch mounted rack, there's a couple of different options. You have a hanging style rack, or you have a tray style rack. The hanging style rack is something you've probably seen a bunch of before, where the bikes hang from the frame. You can usually carry 1 to 6 bikes on those models. A tray rack is a little bit different, where it's actually a tray that the bike sits in, and it often has frame-free contact. So people with more expensive bikes, e-bikes which are heavier, and other varieties of those will often decide to go with a tray style bike rack. The next one is if you're looking at the roof of your vehicle. First up, you will need to have a roof rack system on your vehicle, so you need crossbars, not just the factory installed front to back rails, you actually need crossbars on the vehicle. And from there you can mount a number of different varieties of racks. These will always, or as far as I know, always only carry one bike. You basically have 3 styles of roof rack mounted bike carriers. You have one, which is often popular with people who ride road bikes, where you actually take the front wheel off and you thread a pin through the axle, and that's what attaches the front of the bike to the rack, and then there's a ratchet on the back. The second one is basically a frame-free contact version, and so that would be basically the bike sits in a tray, and then you'll have a clamp that clamps down on the front wheel, and then you'll have a little ratchet strap that goes through the back wheel, so there's no contact with the frame. And then the third style is one where you actually clamp the frame down, and they tend to be a little bit less money. For the back of a truck, you can just lay bikes in a truck bed, no problem. You can also get what's called a tailgate pad, so that basically hooks over the tailgate of the truck, and it sort of has like little mini harnesses that keep the bikes in place and stop them bouncing around. And so you can usually manage 4 to 6 bikes on those. You can also get in-bed bike mount carriers. They're a little bit less common, but they're typically threaded through the axle. The last one is trunk mounted. So if you have a vehicle that doesn't have a hitch receiver in it, you don't have a roof rack, many vehicles can use a trunk mounted system. And so basically it uses a series of latches and straps to attach into the trunk or the hatchback of a vehicle. And then you can tighten it up using a tightening mechanism, and that will allow you to carry your bikes, 2 to 4 bikes typically, on the back of a vehicle without any other rack systems in place. So that's a quick rundown on the 4 main options for carrying. You sort of first up now have to identify what sort of vehicle you have, what sort of bikes you're going to carry, how many bikes you're going to carry, and then you can start making a decision as to which option is right for you. So hopefully the information there is really valuable. In the comments below, we've got links to the different styles of racks on our website, so that can give you some further information and really whittle things down for you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And yeah, hope the video was valuable, and we'll talk to you soon.